What Lonzo Thinks is a wide-ranging conversation where I talk about everything from music, sports, movies, politics, current events, pop culture. You name it, if it's going down, I'm talking about it. Purple Rain, Prince's 6th album. What I'm doing is a retrospective review of every Prince album from the rooter to the tutor. And we are on album number 6, Purple Rain. Purple Rain was released on June 25th, 1984, in conjunction with the movie Purple Rain, which was one of the biggest hits of the summer of 1984. It was a hit movie, of course, and the album broke all kinds of records. It went to number 1, had dozens of hits, maybe not dozens of hits, but several hits, a couple number 1s. And it became a pop phenomenon, and it catapulted Prince into the stratosphere of music superstardom from a height from which he never would fall. So what I'm doing is basically going through every track on the album, giving my brief snapshot opinion and overall analysis of the album. The album opens just like the movie opens with Let's Go Crazy, which is basically a rock anthem. It is a rock anthem. It's one of his most popular songs, one of his most well-known songs, and it's a very fun song. It's a great song to listen to when you're in the car, when you're cleaning the house, you name it. It's just a fun song to listen to, and it really holds up well for a song that was made in the early 80s. It still resonates today, and even the most casual Prince fan, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything negative about Let's Go Crazy. I don't think I've ever heard that. If someone said it, they never said it to me, because it is a great song. The thing I like most about Let's Go Crazy is the long version where he kind of breaks down on the piano and starts kind of hacking at it. I always kind of like that, especially the way he did it visually in the movie. But there's really nothing to the song other than the fact that it's just something to get you pumped up. It's a great opening song for the album. It's a great opening for the movie, and it really brings the energy of that album to the forefront, just like it brought the energy of the movie to the forefront. So it's a great companion piece with the film and one of Prince's best rock-tinge songs. So it's definitely something that is going to resonate for eternity. Next up is Take Me With You. Now, Take Me With You is a duet with Apollonia, who co-starred in the movie with him as well. Now, originally, of course, a little backstory on Purple Rain, the movie. Everyone pretty much knows by now that Vanity was initially cast in the lead role, and she was Prince's girlfriend at the time. And in the early stages of production, she and Prince had a falling out. They broke up. She left the project, so he brings in Apollonia Cotero, which was a major step down. Apollonia, of course, she's freaking gorgeous, but actress, she was not very much of. Vanity really showed her skills as an actress, as a dramatic actress with some range in the movie 52 Pickup, and also I loved her in Action Jackson as well. So I think Vanity could have had a very strong film career if she had stuck with it, but she found God and got into the church, and bless her heart, she passed away. But she was a very good actress, and she had the chops to become a great actress if she really would have dedicated her life to that profession. But she moved on to bigger and higher calling, so no hold back on her from that. But the song Take Me With You, once again, is a duet between Prince and Apollonia, and it's a ditty. It's a harmless song. It fits the theme in the movie where it's played, where Prince is taking Apollonia out on the bike ride and really getting to know her. And it's really a nondescript song. It's probably one of those songs that if you don't like hear it on the radio or something, or just kind of fall into it, you're not you're not searching it out as a song that you really got to listen to. Not saying that it's a bad song, because it's not. Apollonia is not much of a singer, so she kind of detracts from the song, and she kind of takes me out of it. So of all the songs on this album, this is probably one of the ones that if you had to skip one, this would be the one. But Prince's live version of it has always been strong, And I understand that Apollonia had to be a part of it because of the way the song was structured and the way it fit the film and the narrative of the film. But she doesn't add anything to it. Next up is The Beautiful Ones. Now, The Beautiful Ones is one of Prince's greatest ballads. It's just a searing and heartfelt rendition of a soulful ballad. The thing I like most about The Beautiful Ones, of course, is the fade out where he starts screaming, "Do you want him? 'Cause I want you." And do you want him? Do you want me? 'Cause I want you. And once again, it was a great companion piece to the film, of course, because obviously the album is built around the film and vice versa. And it's a very powerful scene where he's basically on stage staking his claim to Apollonia right there in front of Morris. And of his power ballads, this is one of the few that really resonates with me, along with International Lover, Do Me Baby, Insatiable. It's in that pantheon of great soulful ballads, and I just love his falsetto and the spare arrangement when it comes to the instruments. It's a song that he dominates with his voice, and it's just a great song to listen to, whether you're just chilling by yourself or with your girl. It's just a great song. Next up, Computer Blue. Now, Computer Blue is mainly instrumental, rock anthem, and quite certainly one of his best songs ever. It's definitely in the top 10 of his best songs ever. And the version on the album and in the film is a shortened version. There's a longer version on the extended re-release of the album of Purple Rain. It's called the Hallway Speech version, which gives the song more depth and more body. But either way, it is an awesome song. And it's one of those songs where I can't listen to it once. If I listen to it, I gotta run it back and listen to it again. And that's the true mark of a great song. I've heard this song a billion times, and every single time I hear it, I gotta play it a second time. A great song. And by the way, my friend, the late Sean Hill, Computer Blue, the Hallway Speech version, is his number one Prince song. So it'll always be in my top 10 as well, and because it's a great song, but also in honor of the late great Sean Hill. Followed by Darling Nikki. Now, Darling Nikki is one of the highlights of the film, as it is probably one of the nastiest songs out there that he's written. But it's a song that stirred up a lot of controversy when Tipper Gore, back in the 80s, when Tipper Gore found out that I think her kids was listening to this song. She got all upset, and she started the crusade to put parental warnings on music. So that all started with Darling Nikki, and of course we know exactly what we're talking about. You can say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby masturbating with a magazine. Just a great song. I like the nastiness of it, and I like, once again, with the movie, where it's placed in the movie and how it kind of depicts how the story is going and how the relationship between Apollonia and Prince has broken down. So that's one of the beautiful things about this song, and it's another one of those songs where it's timeless. It's always going to have a place in the pantheon of Prince's, the upper echelon of Prince's music. Now, When Doves Cry. When Doves Cry was the huge single. It was the lead-off single from Purple Rain, and it went straight to number one. It was at number one for several weeks, and it's probably one of his most popular songs as far as radio airplay. And the casual Prince fan, usually if you talk to a casual Prince fan, you ask them what's your favorite Prince song, I'd say probably 80% of the time they're going to say it's When Doves Cry. Not a knock on When Doves Cry, because it's a great song. But me and Sean had this conversation not too long ago. whenever I speak to someone when we're talking Prince and I ask them, hey, what's your favorite Prince song? If they say When Doves Cry, I kind of tune them out because they really don't know Prince. Not saying that it's not a great song, because it is. It's just not his best. But it is a tremendous song, and everybody kind of knows that the song there were some different incarnations of the song, and he was getting kind of frustrated with it, so he dropped the bass line. And that's what really gave the song the unique vitality that it has, and it's a song that's vital to the album. I didn't like its placement in the movie because he didn't perform it. It was basically in a montage, and I think that song deserves more than just a montage. But I kind of understand the context in which it was used in the film, and him performing it on stage in the film probably would not have worked. So I think they make the right choice, but still at the same time, there's a piece of me that wanted it used differently in the film. And the music video is probably one of his most popular or famous music videos as well. The long version is definitely rewatchable, and it's the video. The music video is basically a collection of scenes, of course, from the film, and then the end of the song is him with the band dancing. That's the part about it I like the most. The kaleidoscope manner in which the video was shot. It just that always kind of gets me, and it's a great song and great video. So I'm not trying to disparage the song at all, but generally, as a Prince aficionado, a Prince expert, one of the foremost experts when it comes to Prince, I think, and one of his biggest fans, I think. Just whenever I talk to anyone about his music, when they started talking about When Doves Cry or really songs from Purple Rain, I kind of tune them out because that kind of lets me know they're more of a casual fan than someone who's really gotten deep into his catalog. Next up is I Would Die For You, which totally fits its placement in the film. It's one of Prince's most kinetic songs. It's catchy. It's powerful. It really has a panache to it that's kind of hard to describe. The song is very eclectic. It's different. It definitely holds up over the course of time. It's something just different about this song. It's a great song, but I've never been able to quite quantify I Would Die For You, and I guess that's a good thing. It's a good companion to Something in the Water Does Not Compute for me. And a lot of times, if I'm putting together a mixtape for Prince, whatever, I'll put those songs together in tandem. And that's definitely a compliment. Next is Baby I'm a Star, which kind of reminds me of It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night. It's more of a jam type song. And it's one of the few times where I think Prince really kind of gets kind of self-braggadocious on it. And once again, it's the last song in the film. And it's a great close to the movie itself. Is his coming together as as an up and coming star in the film, and of course it resonates with his own career because he was a star, and this album is telling everyone in the world that I'm a star and someone to be reckoned with. And it's a great song live. I've seen him perform it live many times, and it's just a very powerful, kinetic song that really gets you going. Kind of like Let's Go Crazy as well. It's a fun song. It's a fun song with a lot of energy and a lot of emotion behind it because he's really saying something that he wants you to hear, and he's doing it in a fun way that can really, really impress even the most casual listener. And finally, is Purple Rain, the title track. And there's really not much that I can say about this song that hasn't been said into infinity. I really can't add anything to it. It's his signature song. It's the song he will always be known for, as far as the casual fan or the diehard fan. It's just that song. I think every major superstar artist has a song which is that song. Well, for Prince, Purple Rain is that song. And my absolute favorite live performance by Prince is when he performed Purple Rain live at the American Music Awards in 1985. Just magnificent. It's his best rendition of the song, in my opinion. And I can watch that performance over and over and over again. It's so emotional and heartfelt. He really put his all into that performance, because a lot of ways that was his coming out, and the way that he performed it at that award show says as much as well. And with Purple Rain, of course, when he passed away, this is the song that everybody played and replayed and replayed. It's been done to death. And in that regard, I'm not gonna say I'm sick of the song. It's not a go-to song for me, because it's just been done to death, and it's just something that, you know, after a while it's like okay, enough. But that doesn't take away from the song itself. So my analysis, or my cumulative thoughts on Purple Rain, is that it's obviously his most popular commercial album, but it's not his best album. And for me, because it was so commercial, and of course it was tied into the film, it's not a go-to album for me. Some of the tracks are go-to tracks, but as a whole listening experience, is not my go-to. So it's not even in my top 10 of all time Prince albums, I don't think. No, it's not. But once again, that's not to disparage the album. It's just the song had a purpose. The album had a purpose, and the purpose for which he made this album was absolute 100% genius, spot on, perfection, because it took him exactly where he wanted it to go. And for that, he deserves every ounce of credit that he has received for his work on this album. And just because it's not a go-to for me doesn't mean that it's not an absolute masterpiece, which it is. Every song is strong. Every song is of high quality. Even Take Me With You, and I highly recommend it for the casual listener or the diehard listener. It's just a great song, great albums, great songs, and I will never take anything away from it, other than the fact that the commercialism of the album is the one thing that kind of tempers my enthusiasm for it. So there you have it. Purple Rain. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Please comment. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments in the past on my Prince reviews. I really appreciate the feedback, people. So keep bringing me that feedback, because it really it lets me know that what I'm doing is something that people really want to hear, and they have an opinion on it. And I make it a point to respond to everyone. I'm either going to like your response, or at least comment on it, or I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that you said something, that you left me a comment, and I really appreciate it, because your feedback is crucial to me continuing to do not only these reviews but everything that I do on this channel. So please continue to like, subscribe, share, give me your comments, concerns. Let me know. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Twitter at What Lonzo Thinks. Email whatlonzothinks@gmail.com. Hit the website whatlonzothinks.com. Hit me up on Patreon. Drop some loot on me. I can always use an extra buck to keep this thing going. So your support is greatly appreciated. So please keep the support coming. I do appreciate it. I won't stop doing these reviews or doing these presentations on my channel. I'm going to keep it going. If it dies down a little bit, it might be because I'm working on another project or something, or busy, but I always make sure I'll get back to it. So there you have it. Prince, Purple Rain, album number 6. Coming up next is Around the World in a Day. We'll keep it going. This is What Lonzo Thinks. Bye.